And I think that's the big question that G2 has to answer for us is, what is this team if m0NESY has a pedestrian game?
It's just average, isn't it?
Well, it feels like we haven't gotten like Nico arriving to CS2 quite yet. So yeah, question marks if m0NESY isn't hitting shots.
I hope he does arrive to CS2, and maybe here in Katowice we'll get to see that. m0NESY and Nexa, the first 2 kills of this round, but Goofy is fighting back, and he's got himself 2 of his own. So no bomb plant yet, but ENCE certainly will lock those digits in. Now Kylar punches them through, and we'll see a CT fight going down against the rejuvenated Hades. Swing around, couple of CTs coming their way, and Hades double dash right through 2. It's just Nico left alone, and he's coming back in from jungle. So plenty of work here for Nico to do. No kit on his back, and no hope in hell at the moment. He's got to worry about CT. That's the last spotted player, but he's also got to worry about a plethora of angles, and now he knows where Goofy is. Nico runs out, does take him down, and 7 health left for Nico in this one. Taps to try and draw Hades into it, but that time is ticking too far gone now, and Nico, when he does go for that fight, loses it, and a celebration for ENCE, as they just look to bring the energy early. And G2 are just waiting desperately to get the gun round out, and that's what they want. Last year, the storyline that dominated the headlines in Katowice was the fact that Nico had never won, despite so many finals here in Katowice. Finally got his finals last year. That's such.
I saw a smile bust out on Nico's face when that happened, because you know it's just like, what the hell even is this?
Yep. ENCE looked to pop Nexa's head.
Well, it's Kylar who just deletes Nico from Con. That's a nice shot from Kylar, and even the spam, the return spam through the smoke by the MAC-10 gushes up Hunter. Defense is forced to go passive.
And Nexa slipping closer into the bomb site around the back of that smoke. It's Diha that is the first victim of the rifle, but Nexa couldn't quite control the garden hose for the second kill. And oh, m0NESY, you don't see him miss those often, even on the second chance. Kylar takes him out, and G2 are out of this one.
That's not what you like to see.
We got wrecked by m0NESY, just m0NESY. Imagine if he didn't have a great game. And then we look back at the context of that performance, it was just astounding, really. Like, G2 didn't look that good, and m0NESY just dragged them through, kicking and screaming, and got them that W.
Yeah, such is the prowess of m0NESY.
The split at the ready. Hunter and Nexa still moving forward. That old crazy push, and Goofy comes back in to clear out Hunter, but they haven't detected Nexa. Now that second player ramp is going to give away his position, and that plant is coming in around the other side of default. So bomb is down, Nexa taken out, and 6 rounds in a row here for ENCE. Absolutely flawless so far.
ENCE is looking good.
There's 12 kills so far total for G2. We're not looking too hot at the moment, watching this G2 roster. And you asked the question before this game began. After he just
after beating Astralis.
Like,
yeah, that was
I'm just
great.
going to step up with the best performance I've ever shown as a professional player.
Yeah, I even really like that Astralis team, but there is still something satisfying of just seeing someone just a game that obviously is going to mean so much to them.
Ooh, Hunter somehow finding Sanctuary at the top of the fire. Those flames not tickling his toes.
Got a crossfire as well on a 5-on-4. Ooh, there's the Deagle peek, and the SMG does work. Hades close up with the op. What are you gonna do? No scope and escapes as well. He's even hunting him down. That's why we like Hades. Gets a little bit of a highlight reel in action.
That's sick from Hades. Mechanical skill on display. Now m0NESY looking to show us what he's got with that Deagle. Missed shot on that first. And a shot of that AWP whizzes on by his head. He wishes he had one in his hands, but he does not. And ENCE are into the bomb site. Bomb is down, and an AK-47 now in the hands of Nexa. Nico boosting him over the top of short, seeing if Nexa can get eyes on Hades, and he will. So the underworld closes, and we've got a 2v3 as G2 still peppering the remaining defenders in this post plan. Kylar at the back of the bench is spamming down as much as he can, and it's m0NESY on 3 health. Oh, Kylar peeks up, and those kills come in for G2. It's the most unexpected round win for them to find.
Even in a 3-on-2, it feels like they should be able to hold that off, and just shots not landing. Look at Hades, though. This seems so crazy. That's one of those plays that never enters my brain in that situation, because I'm like, I got red HP. I'm not jumping through that smoke with an AWP, but he handles it well.
He couldn't even see it coming.
Nexa, Nico cleaning things up inside the B bomb site. G2's on the board in a timeout immediately. Taz.
To the Counter-Strike scene is those frosted glass windows that like go up and down in between it. We've seen some great energy across the teams in this competition, and this is great energy from ENCE out middle. Okay, Sick headshots. That's G2 just crushed instantly.
Yeah, what a rebuttal from ENCE. They're just like, okay, play middle. We'll throw out extra flashbangs that you won't expect.
Ooh, Glaive getting uncomfortable. But Hooksy is just put down with utility. So Diha's got the angle. Hooksy flicks back and smashes him in the face.
Yep, but what can you do? Molotov down in place. ENCE has infested this entire A bomb site. There's nowhere Nexa and Hooksy can go. They're closing the gap as if they're going to challenge for this, and Hooksy's actually put in a doable situation. Nexa's going to keep coming. One more kill towards CT spawn, and it's on, and Hades just a little too overeager. It's time to rein it back in, boys.
Oh, they do not rein it back in. They rain down on Hooksy, and he gives them a headshot in return. It's suddenly only Goofy, and what a Goofy round this is being from ENCE. They've let this slip after opening up middle with 3 kills. They walk into Hooksy thinking the job is over. And Hooksy, on the rare occasion, steps up with a really impactful round here. Tap on that defuse, not committing to it. And Hooksy with the 4K. More of that, please, Mr. Hooksy.
No business winning that. And that is composure that ENCE has not yet developed in this lineup's young lifespan together. That is them being way too loose with things. They felt they had the advantage and they were right. They pressed that advantage and they got a bomb plant. But at some point after that, you need to calm things down. Someone on the team needs to tell everyone to chill. That's too much from Hades. That's a long time that you don't have information in CT spawn. You don't know someone's shifting in that position. And boy, do you get punished.
Yeah, they got up connector into A. Monacy's waiting for them. And
it's a long time with his vision open for Monacy. Thankfully, he hasn't slid out.
Yeah, definitely risky. Leaving that chance open. Oh my god, get hard cleared, Hunter. Oh my goodness. He could not stop that. But Hooksy, what does he have for breakfast? Another double kill. He's done enough to keep G2 ahead on the player count here.
Yeah, but keep an eye on the health of Monacy. Only 10 HP. He's going to be a really late play in towards market, especially with an op. So if Nico and Nexa can't create anything, can't find a kill, Monacy's just bailing out. Diha
and Glaive. 2v3 post plank. Diha has to change position. Fortunately, didn't take damage from that Molotov, so they don't know where he is. But now he's up against 3. They will surely find him in just a moment. And what a clear from Monacy. He didn't even give the rifler a second to hit the shot.
No, that's fast. That is real fast from Monacy. Double kill for him and a solid retake, and G2's right back in business.
Oh, Monacy's going back this time, but Kylo's close. Oh, Monacy's dead to rights. Doesn't even get one out of it.
Yeah, again, like very aggressive, running into it, scoping into it. Plenty of information for Kyler and Goofy to be gathering and ready for those engagements. That's a banger shot, and this defense is gutted.
Absolutely gutted. Nexa at least gets that headshot. Needs another one. He wants to draw this back to even numbers on that player count. So the bomb plant is coming through. Hades will secure that, and ENCE now with a 4v3. Now, they lost a 4v2 previously. I think that's been a slap on the wrist to focus up in these situations.
Yeah, also this one is really contested even as the plant goes down, so nobody's going to be too crazy. Goofy's still waiting in underpass, but no indication the retake is happening means he doesn't have to make a move.
Yeah, and Hooksy's coming through connector, so once he does that, it'll be Goofy's timing to peek out for the underpass and take out Hooksy. And Nexa trying to battle his way back in from Ticket, but it has not really got that far. Nico, the time is too far gone for him to have any real effect on this round. He is going to drop back in towards the connector and die.
It was always going to be a really unlikely retake, and I think in a different time of the half, G2 probably just saves that, but they got so much money.
Seeing if he can spot Hooksy jumping. You can hear those steps, you know you're going to get a time. You're at least going to get a chance. It was such a tough shot to hit. And Hooksy drops off after the warning shots whiz by. But Monacy, another unorthodox missed shot from him. And he's knocked out by Glaive. So blistering through this A bomb site with a headshot now creates space for ENCE. And you've got another superstar on this team in Nico trying to step up, but he's distracted, transitions back well enough to get one, but the rest of the kills are all here for ENCE. 29 seconds left. Hooksy on the rotation over, but his teammates haven't given him a very easy round. He'll have to do it all on his own.
Hooksy's been balling, bro. Like 11 kills.
Crazy.
That's a 6 shot.
He beat Hooksin. He absolutely do beat Hooksin, but not this round. Diha spams him down. What a strong showing from ENCE as they want to take a step closer to qualifying themselves to the Spodek. Glaive and Diha the mid players here for ENCE, and they're looking for this fight. Good nade. Oh my god, that's one of the best nades I've ever seen. And Diha's going to step up with a triple off the back of it. He didn't even need the grenade because he just hit all headshots. And Kylar flicks up to Palace. That's the pistol, just like that.
Yeah, when the kills come out in mid like that, 3 kills for Diha, it forces Nico to make a play before he wants to.
It's time for Maneshi to sign. And he's going to go around that corner. Goofy's waiting for him, and m0NESY, oh my god, did get an opportunity to flick back, but Kuben's very happy about how that pistol went.
I guarantee you he's pointing at him and chuckling about them because they had a conversation and Glaive said, I know exactly what pistol round we're going to run, I know exactly what to do, I know exactly what they like to do, and it worked perfectly, and Kuben thinks that's funny.
Yep.
Taz probably less so.
He loves it, he loves it.
Being competitive and looking dangerous and being an interesting team, but never being able to like break over the hump into consistent tier 1 events and in terms of breaking into being able to actually challenge for series victories. So now, yeah, you add an in-game leader like this with the pedigree that Glaive has, and I think all these players are just going to be happy to have that experience and that voice behind them.
I'm all here for this Glaive comeback. I'm all here for the Glaive comeback.
Yeah, it's looking good, isn't it? We can't quite sell it just yet, but early returns are quite nice. That this ENCE team is interesting, is intriguing, can be competitive. Full investment in this round for G2, which is netting them absolutely nothing. Without any kind of a bomb plan, next round is going to be an even weaker buy. And ENCE is getting closer and closer to just taking this map straight up.
Diha? Oh my goodness. Kylo is with him. And it's 10 rounds now for ENCE, certainly taking steps closer. It seems actually they're sprinting to the finish line at the moment. And Goofy has actually got towards CT. G2 taking the time.
But they've slowed it. Okay, good Molotov. Kyler's going to be forced into the open. He's just, he wins one. He wins one, and there's the burn. Goofy goes down as well in spawn, and that even all that time had not bought a whole lot for ENCE's defense to shift over to this bomb site.
Oh, Diha, he can disrupt this though. He's close in jungle, not ready for Hunter to be around the corner. And the Bloodhound smells blood. It is now Glaive left alone, coming through Palace, and this is better from G2. Yet to plant that bomb, and m0NESY's considering the flank from Glaive. He's looking towards Palace intermittently, but his timing has worked in favor of the Danish in-game leader. He comes out, m0NESY's down, but is Glaive going to detect the second player close towards ramp, and that's next up, and he absolutely won't. So smashes the back of his head in, and 5 rounds now for G2, so I must win that.
Yeah, that's a good round. That's a good round, I think, helped out a lot by the defense that ENCE called. Out-positioned right out of the gate. And given a lot of freedom to walk up ramp, a lot of space to get comfortable up ramp, up connector before there's any kind of resistance. I don't know how many more rounds you'll get that are that free to get that kind of map control. But they do cut the lead down to 6, and they force a timeout out of ENCE.
ENCE have given G2 a lifeline to stay in this game, and second chance to wake up and warm up, but it's Diha straight away with that opening kill. It's HooXi that's gone down. And this will give ENCE the player advantage for how long? Because m0NESY always under pressure. Because there's a second player there, you confirm that trade kill. And there's no rifle support for m0NESY. He was there alone.
Yeah, well, and ENCE ain't going to figure this out, but the bomb is actually in B halls. It just gets smoked off just now, so G2 should have an avenue to pick that up and run away. Dia has a smoke to use if he gets into a little bit of danger, and there it is. That's a smoke to help create some space so he can be activated a little bit later on.
He is certainly in danger. He's running away, and his teammates are all rotating over. So Hades has got that headshot. He's got more. Hades just rips them apart and puts Nico into this clutch. What's Nico got? And it's a headshot to the brain. So that's all falling apart, and it's now ENCE on map point versus G2, 12-7.
Gasp of life, and that's about it. Diha opens things up. He's been a menace this map, hasn't he? 18 kills for Diha so far in Mirage. Leading the server, but not far behind is Hades with 17.
Enter short, and we have under a minute left on this clock, and here comes Hades around that corner. Oh, he's got them, lining them up. The double kill is swift, and a 3v3 established thanks to Nico's kill back. And Goofy now inside of this B bomb site. He's the players we set eyes on. He's got rotations coming to help him here, looking to try and close G2 out here on Mirage and end this chapter of map 1. Goofy peeks, there's the kill on HooXi, and a second in this awkward engagement in the apartments. Goofy's taking multiple headshots, but because that brick wall is protecting him against that Galil, he'll stay standing for a second longer, but they've both fallen in that B side, and it leaves Glaive in a 1v2. They're damaged goods, and Glaive could clutch this.
Poor Nexa had hit 5 headshots to get that kill. Glaive's going to shift over. There's no kit.
And we haven't seen the Glaive performance we've seen prior against Astralis. It's been much quieter individually. But he has an opportunity now to close this one out. But there's so many angles he's got to worry about. And he doesn't have the utility. He doesn't have the kit. So this becomes an almost impossible clutch. But what a shot. Glaive gets it down into the 1v1. And now it's against Nico, the second best player in the world last year. And Nico's not going to let this one slip. No scope to the chest.
Yeah, Glaive had to just make a decision there. There was a kit right in front of him if he was to win that fight. Had plenty of time to pick it up and get the defuse. But he had to make a decision, a guess of where that follow-up peak was going to come through. And Nico's just stoic the whole time. Couple nice shots with the AWP from Nico. This one just turning the corner into a no-scope. That's 8 for G2.
Glaive goes forward with that 5-7. Flash play to set him up around the corner, and damn, Hunter was ready for that.
Yeah,
oh my god.
His feet didn't even touch the ground. Picked right out of the sky, and that even denies him from seeing any more information. They didn't catch any information on how many players were actually there. It might as well have just been all Hunter. Good rebuttal, good response from Kyler, but need a couple more of those.
Ooh, Hades nearly provides you what you want, and he does eventually on the more difficult shot. And now the pistols come to play. Oh no, G2, not like this. Not in this round, up against the weaker guns. This first map is about to slip away. Hades dives down into the sandwich. Monacy going for the clutch, but he can't stop them. The ENCE rages on. Map 1 is taken, G2 fall away. And this romantic story of Polish potential is still here.
It's only Nexa, but it's going to be a mid-push.
Yeah, it's only Nexa, like you said, but here's the resources coming through middle. Let's see if they can get in behind them, but let's see what Nexa can do on that first test. If he can stall them out, if he can delay them, he can allow his teammates to come around the backside, and Nexa does so well. A double kill on the entrance of A, and it's an absolute massacre on that flank. It's just Dihad left, and one of those ifs, well, it's been answered, because here's the pistol for G2. Dihad looking for a bomb plant. That's fantastic. That's extra cash. He's allowed his teammates a good force buy. And Monacy would have loved that knife kill for the extra cash to get the AWP out early, but Hooksy needs all the kills he can get.
Yeah, but we said they needed like a little energy injection during the first map. Maybe the knife would have done it. Maybe it would have fired everybody up, got them out of their seats. A win is very nice, though. Double kill from Hooksy, who is maybe the best player for G2. The most positive thing you could say about G2 on the first map was Hooksy.
That's crazy to say as well. That's almost a negative. But it's a good start here. But the problem is they did allow that bomb plant, so you know ENCE are going to come back in. And they've got a tech issue here. They've got a tech issue. But it did look like just before that tech issue was called, courtesy of Dihad's plant. And they're going to be making their way through mid.
It's not the most dangerous force, but normally there's a few more rifles. Oh, Hooksy, if you rotate too fast, Glaive gets a pre-fire off. Good headshot. Heard some footsteps on the build-up, but 2 players at this A site, including Nico.
Including Nico. Let's see if that's the big factor here. Nico towards the back of the cake, looking to do more than one, and well, he will not do that. This force buy is very scary in the end. It's very effective. It's forced G2 away into the safe call, and that's a brilliant bounce back from ENCE, and frustrating for G2.
Yeah, that pre-fire from Glaive is nasty with the MAC-10. He hears Hooksy's footsteps tracking over towards the temple exit and just swings, already firing bullets.
And you know, you talk about the winning of a pistol round as if that's a great option for G2, and of course it is, but you really need to follow it up if you're a CT to make the best use out of it and actually get into the game. Unfortunately, if you consider bomb plant, you do have to go up against a force buy. That's usually very scary. This one, as you point out, wasn't the usual. Usually you see more rifles in there, but the MAC-10 still got the job done.
This won't cause a shift, though. There's 3 defenders here, and not a single body from ENCE is even committed.
So Kylo has to really try and sell it, and he just dies instantly. So Nexa picks that up, says there's no one else, and now readies this A defense to be steady. It's Nico. With that smoke up in his face, it blows open, and Nico and Monacy, the 2 scariest players in G2 to go up against, and they cut through this ENCE attack.
Yeah, that was always going to be a very low percentage round. Hades comes back for one more as Hooksy spots him crossing canals. He just rips his head clean off.
He can get a good buy, in particular saving that AWP helps that economy out, but that's a dry peek into Monacy. The hard way to find out that you're going into the sniper there, and then a good wombo combo.
But Glaive can still investigate Temple and call his team back.
Not only that, but Monacy's starting to move into the Temple too. Glaive better pray that m0NESY doesn't check to his left, and he does start to think about it, but Glaive knocks him out before he can have impact. And now where do they go with this one? There's still a lot of time left.
Yeah, but Glaive's just straight up disappearing. Ninja vanished. Kyler and Hades rotating all the way back around. Goofy can go canals. Hunter has shifted back to try and find him in middle because Nico and Nexa are blocked off.
Yeah, but in doing so has left that B bomb site open, so he can go over there for ENCE, and it's completely free.
Completely free. Glaive has just worked his team. I was going to say a free bomb plant, but now Nico's here.
He mollied himself off, which actually delayed them and allowed Hunter to get in behind him. And oh my goodness, this could just absolutely fall apart at the hands of ENCE. Good shot from Hades. Needed to remove Nico, but remember, Hunter's still coming through the darkness, and Kylar eradicates him. Now Nexa has to clutch, and he's sweeping through this bomb site. Just one player left in Glaive, and Nexa saves the day. They needed that move, they needed that clutch, and Nexa provides.
Yeah, wow, I think you're right. That Molotov in towards dark, that ruined the timing far more than Glaive thought it would. He's trying to cross the T's and dot the I's and make sure nothing goes unchecked.
That's like a special 1G move, kind of like something that's inspired by it. He's just mollied himself off and held down and allows Hunter to come in the back.
Yeah, it took way too long to pull that off because they had the A play sold. They had the defense out of position, and just too much time elapses before they pull the trigger.
m0NESY has to change position, and he'll nail that one. Hades had no opportunity to react in time. m0NESY gets out of the fire, and Nico now on fire in mid. It's a good kill on Glaive, and ENCE have lost 2.
Yeah, m0NESY made that look so fluid. That switch around with the Molotov into the peak, and then him and Nico have great protocols. m0NESY falls back to flash for Nico's follow-up peak, draws one more ENCE player out into the open, and this is perfect control of mid. Nico could just back away. Job's kind of done at this point.
Over towards B, where D-Ha currently is with that bomb. Hunter plays from Ivy, looking to be poisonous. He spots the back of Kylar, who is encroaching upon his position, and Hunter is forced away. Goofy actually got a double. I can't believe ENCE have found a way back into this again. This is the little ENCE that could. And now the retake for Nico is attempted through the temple, and nothing going his way just yet. D-Ha swings it, looking to bring his rifle into the play. And he's got 2 players inside of temple pinned as Nico and Nexa make their way back in. It's all on Goofy with 3 players left, and oh my god, Goofy, he's got another one. A 1v2, but overwhelmed by m0NESY.
I think ENCE might have thrown that away in the post plant just as much as G2 threw that away in the initial contact. Good entries coming up, a very passive defense which gave room to work with, and ENCE is able to wrap around the bomb site. Unfortunately, Dia missing all those shots. Nico with a good entrance coming out on the retake right here over towards Glyph. And Dia just couldn't keep him pinned down well enough. G2 pull off a great retake.
Follow-up nade for Hunter lands in the perfect position. Identical utility, different results, and a deeper molly this time. ENCE are kept out, and Hunter feels confident to go for a peek off the back of this, and it might work out well for him, or it could end in misery, which is exactly what happened. So m0NESY's turn, just a single kill. Wall-buying headshot from Kylar comes in. m0NESY's put in the ground, and that's the plant in for ENCE.
m0NESY got stuck trying to get back into cover, just ran into the corner.
Oh, HooXi could take a few of these weapons away, and they don't have a whole lot of cash left over. That's an instant double. That does actually screw over their economy.
Yeah, that's
decent amount.
That's a really nice piece of damage right at the end of the day, end of the round.
Here's Nexa getting a bit aggressive through that dark smoke. We've seen HooXi attempt this earlier in the half. Didn't work too well. Nexa is trying it this time. He's got a good position, and with m0NESY, it works out well. Hunter's applying pressure outside A. D-Ha and Goofy withstand all of the pressure, and in fact, win all the fights. Is anybody thinking about the flank? Yeah, Goofy's having a little look every now and then, but more towards A. Not expecting it to come from the TSR side, and here's m0NESY. No, that's so heartbreaking for him. m0NESY had a chance to line up multiple opponents and didn't get a single one, so now it has to be HooXi in his stead. It's 2 coming in for HooXi. Nico forced into the fight, and actually works out for him. He gets that bomb plant denied, but still will fall. And ENCE celebrate another round victory as it ties up the scoreline 5-5.
That's so close. The margins on that round are razor thin. That flank, the wraparound through bridge, it was brilliant. And ENCE just picked up the pace at the perfect moment to get around the cover. But man, G2's going to look back at this one and say, how close was this crunch, this aggression from Canals and A-Main at the same time? It was so close to working. It was so close to just winning the round out of the gate. And the fight's go in the wrong direction. Diaz celebrates and we're all tied up.
Probably won't be tied for long considering G2's purchase. Ooh, what is Hooksy doing these days? Holy, nice shot on Hades. Don't expect it to go anywhere, but if they walk into a B stack in a 5v4, maybe, just maybe, we got a full USP on our hands here, Jason. Nah, it's gonna line them up. I forgot this isn't Cloud.
Oh, hold the phone. There's a little bit of a chance here.
Yeah, there definitely is a chance because those are two deadly pistols in the hands of two deadly players. Now an AK-47 for m0NESY. And Goofy and Kylar are making their way to A, but they're separated, and this gives Hunter a chance for a 1v1 fight. Oh, Goofy has to ready and steady himself, and he absolutely will. It's now m0NESY sprinting back over, and that camera is smoked out. m0NESY has some cover to make his way forward. Does he take the risk? He does, and Goofy's ready for it. Gets scary, but it is ENCE regardless to move forward. Hades searching above the top of the mist. And m0NESY's Whisper will split it. Good shot right through the head of Hades, out in back-to-back rounds.
Yeah, that's a pair of really crappy rounds for Hades.
It's like, oh, cool.
He's like, sure, I guess this is the game we're playing now.
His T-side ended like 5 minutes ago.
Now double flash to push out. Kyler's ready and waiting. G2 give over the equalizer with a bit of aggression. Hunter still wants to stick around. He's got a frisky idea.
Yeah, Nex has had a decent half here. We need to be even better than decent, though. He's got a headshot on Diha. That stopped them at the door of A.
The way that smoke faded couldn't have been worse for Diha.
Yeah.
It like faded around his chest first, like just his gun.
Yep. Nex has seen all he needed to start shooting.
I wonder if Kyler heard some footsteps, but this is the only way back in. Throw utility, start making it look like it's going to be an A hit. Give Kyler room to work with. He's wrapping into that A bomb site right now. Nexa and Nico both focused on A main. Plenty of time for Kyler to have impact.
Well, Kylar is being watched from heaven. He's going to win this fight, and he won't against Nico. Tough to win a fight against one of the best riflers in the world, and he's showing us exactly that in this round. Nico, with the double, leaves Glaive alone in a 1v3. This half has been much better from G2. They finally arrived to the game. You'd say it's still a B game from them. Well, taking 6 at the turn of the half ties things right up, and this series now has dreams of a third map. G2 trying to secure it. Join us after the break.
4 players across bridge. Oh, this looks like my matchmaking strategy.
Yeah, this is definitely one you've ran before, Jason. And, well, not like that. You don't hit shots like that. Glaive with the triple. Goofy coming in. And, oh, my goodness, G2. Good night. Sleep well.
I win my pistols, though. Well, not really much to say. They don't fool the defense. Nobody moves. Nobody shifts due to the footsteps and just entirely shut down. Glaive clotheslines m0NESY, add Hooksy on top. He gets so many, and then the dualies get involved in the action. Just a complete dismantling of that tactic.
Hooksy's face. Oh, my goodness. Well, there's multiple things I suppose you can call it then, but if you take one piece out of a Jenga tower, it will stand, and there's Goofy. Let's see if it is Jenga or a House of Cards indeed. It seems to have collapsed completely. And so now we're looking at G2 with 40 seconds left in this round, and they've got the player advantage, and the maneuver towards B is being set up. Yeah,
really hard to pull off that setup when you don't get that initial contact. You don't get those initial fights with the aggression, at least 1 or 2 players. Now they got to sink back into the B bomb site. Dia's going to drop. Oh, Nex is waiting, but it don't matter.
Yeah, he just drops on down into the water, gets his feet wet and gets a kill. Glaive does even better than that. He doubles his kill count, and now it's Hunter running away. Oh, that is a tough one to swallow for G2, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got no time to go elsewhere either. This is just going to be a save. 22 HP, 1v3, and far away from the bomb site. So even despite the kills going in the direction early of G2, ENCE recover. Good positioning on defense, and Glaive through smoke. 15 and 9 for Glaive.
Oh, it's just so rough here for G2. This happens to them. Diha dives down. We've seen it earlier in the series versus Vitality. Nerds did a similar play, so maybe it's like a former ENCE thing, you know? It's gives you a big moment.
And it was the same thing there. Apex even had the read, but hold the phone. Here comes the execute. D-Hog gets a kill, so does Glaive to slow things down. Glaive, or Goofy, excuse me, using the pillar for cover, but not for long. It's Hooksy and Monacy, 2 on 4.
Yeah, got 2 AKs, 2 out of this, so let's see what they've got in them. Smoke goes down towards CT. That at least cuts off some of the support network here for ENCE. And through that smoke to Temple, D-Hog has been cut through by Monacy. So looking to plant the bomb, receives damage on top, but Hooksy's in a really powerful position, but it's short-lived, so it's on Monacy, and he can't do it. ENCE come back in for the retake, even though G2 battled their way through the bomb plant. Oh, Hades, Shadow. He shot a little early because of the Shadow. Hooksy took a weird maneuver, a weird movement down the stairway that allowed him to get that kill on the AK-47. Monacy getting bullets whizzing past him. He's allowing Hunter to move on in. One kill towards the back of the platform, and Monacy needed to nail that one, and he absolutely finds it. It's Kylar left in a 1v4. This one's not winnable, of course.
Cool idea.
G2 got 7.
Pull themselves within 3. Remember, this series is for a spot in the playoffs. No one going home, no one being eliminated on a loss. It's just a guarantee that you'll be in the playoffs, you'll be inside the Spodek, and we'll figure out if it's a semi-final spot or a quarterfinal spot later.
Hooksy making his way through the water and towards this A-bomb site, and oh no, it's Hades waiting around that corner, and Hooksy couldn't deal with a god of the underworld.
Yeah, good on him for hitting that shot, though. He missed the one previously. This one was a nice sitter that he's able to nail. But middle is wide open and exposed. Dia's going to slide over to keep an eye on camera. Oh, Nico going to turn the corner. Sees a shoulder. Spam gets him down, and the follow-up. The cousins are gone. It's Dia on top.
Yeah, don't invite Dia to any family occasions. He has just absolutely ripped them up. Nexa and Monacy in a 2v5 as they encroach upon this A site. They know that Hades was last detected towards this A site and is likely playing around Cake. And they would be right in assuming that as Monacy locks in a shot. Nexa needs to be careful he doesn't walk in front of the sniper. And Nexa's walked too far. So Monacy can't win this one, even with his great talents. And he's held outside at the 35-second mark.
Yeah, this will really test your nerve now, too, if you're ENCE. Yeah, it's a 4-on-1, but you got to be careful you don't get overconfident with peeking and trying to keep track of where Monacy is. One pick-off, and he's got more space to work with, and time makes this a possibility.
Perhaps the calm before the storm. Monacy blinded. 16 seconds. Shot lands towards D. And he's another. He was close. He was very, very close.
Yep.
Very underwhelming. In particular, Mirage. But Anubis has been slightly better. Still nowhere near the level we expect from this G2 team. Just with the players they've got inside of this roster. G2 might have a chance here to get onto the A-bomb site without issue.
Yeah, the question is the timing of like what exactly is ENCE doing in middle. They're clearing it out now. D just went for a peek, so you'd imagine somebody would fall back and rotate over.
Especially with that utility coming in.
Well, they can at least block off Hunter down window. Kyler's got that, but K can't do anything about the A-bomb site itself. Hades is going to risk it all and come right through. He's going to run into flames and disappear back into the smoke. He said, nah, that's a bad idea. I got nothing.
Yeah, get out of there. And I'm glad he made it out. But with that kill they got initially and the delay tactic used by Hades with that utility, they do have a really good chance at retaking this one, ENCE, and pushing themselves to series point. Monacy's got eyes on the retake attempt through A main.
You need a flashbang from Goofy. That could actually change this. If that flashbang comes in and they take out Monacy, missed shot.
Missed shot definitely helps too, and Hades has removed Nico from the equation. And Monacy, what he's gone to, Hades is just ripping apart this G2 team. Jesus. And so will the rest of ENCE. It's series point for ENCE. Qualification to the playoffs for ENCE.
G2 just hasn't shown up whatsoever. That's way too easy of a retake, way too clean of a retake. Not enough fight back. 5 chances for ENCE.
When you take G2 down like this to get into the playoffs as well, like not letting it get close, winning retakes, outmatching them with T-side performances, you get very excited about this team making their way through.
The circumstances around their acquisition by ENCE were weird, unusual. but they're rising to the challenge.
D-Hop and Hades stop the first 2 players, and now just 3 away. ENCE have done it, and they've done it in style. The playoffs wait in front of them, and the kills are all coming through.
This is a throwaway round.
Yep, it's done.
This is all over. ENCE, they qualify for the playoffs. They qualify for the Spodek. A small smile at his former teammate as Taz is going to lose the first head-to-head matchup with his mate Cuban. And cause for celebration, the first Polish squad inside the Spodek in 8 years since 2016. The Virtus Plow, ENCE is going to carry on the legacy.
And this is a romantic story. Taz still has a chance to make it through too, but a glimpse over at his former coach getting through into the Spodek. We had moments of Polish potential, but that is ever evolving. It is turning into absolute, unbridled Polish power.
G2, they need to wake up. Rough day against Heroic as well, bailed out by from an incredible performance from m0NESY today. Had none of that. Not an individual could step up to stave off this loss. And this one's got to hurt, but G2, in the back of their minds, they have to know we didn't come to play today. We didn't deserve this. We didn't deserve it for even to be close. And we better see a new G2 moving forward.
Who knows? Quarterfinals confirmed, but with this performance and the way ENCE are playing, taking down teams like Australia.